is Eric Binder, the agent that represents Van Zandt Inc., which we know about that lawsuit, the sham lawsuit, and all of that. Then also Liz Plank, then Vision PR, which is Leslie Sloan's company. And how does it all tie together? Because a lot of information is missing. And I also have now a connection to Colleen Hoover. We've got to get into these details. Eric Binder, LLC laundromat extraordinaire, from CPA to cloak and dagger partner, the fixer behind the filing cabinet. We've got to get into the details about this. And it really ties to the research that I've been doing, which I'm probably going to do in a separate video, or this one's going to be really long, just showing you guys the documents and how Eric Binder's name shows up before he was with ML Management, that he just joined in January of this year. But then going back years, he's registered with, he uses the ML Management address in New York, but he wasn't with them until now. But he's out of California. Guys, it's very confusing. So I want to break it down because my last video, a lot of you were like confused on the information. So let's read through this and then let's see what we can get to. Spotted: when your agent handles your secrets better than your schedule. Eric Binder, the longtime CPA behind Binder and Company, didn't just walk away from the firm he ran for 15 years. He slipped into a whole new identity. Right after the California Civil Rights Department filing dropped, and just as the New York Times ran its Hollywood hit piece, Binder quietly exited stage left and poof, resurfaced as a partner at ML Management Partners. Now, ML Management, just to show you, this is Eric Binder. Okay. They say that he started in 2020. Oh, so 2020. In 2024, he joined MLM as a partner. But if you go to his LinkedIn, it shows that he joined in January of 2025. But then his company that he left, well, he left in February of 2025. So we have ML Manager's website says he started in 2024, but then he says he started in January of this year and then left his company in February of this year. It's just not, something's not adding up. All right, so let's go back to this. How did MLM announce their newest addition to their website? He gained valuable experience at two premier firms. So very vague. Then in 2009, he founded Binder and Company. And in 2024, Eric joined MLM as a partner. That's not a summary of a resume. That's a blank page. So that is referring to what I just showed you guys here when they're talking about who he is and what he's done. This is just, it just doesn't say anything. It says in 2024, Eric joined MLM as partner. Eric remains dedicated to his work and resides in Los Angeles with his wife and two children. All right. And I have some information about that we need to get into. And what's weird is, okay, so if I go to partners, the only partner that's showing up, okay, oh, I have to, it's weird. It's like I'm trying to click. It doesn't allow me to do it. Let me try to refresh it. There we go. So these are the other partners. So they're all CPAs, which is nothing weird about it. But they have a little bit more under here. Now, maybe they have more because they've been there longer, but his resume or his blurb, well, his blurb is also very short, this other guy. So maybe that's just how they do it. Again, I don't want to make a big deal out of nothing, but I just wanted to add that in just so we're thorough with how we do things. They didn't put a lot about him, and maybe they keep it shady for a reason. Well, this post is going to possibly tell us that reason. Of course, they forgot a few things, like how Binder was the registered agent for Van Zandt Inc., the ghost company used to subpoena a private phone under a sham lawsuit and unlawfully, or how he also handled filings for Liz Plank LLC, whose LLC address is the same as Maximum Effort, which is Ryan Reynolds' marketing company. Van Zandt Give Lively, which Give Lively I found yesterday, with ties to George Soros. Guys, this is going deep tea, but I'm going to try to segment it out so we can follow everything that's going on. It's very complicated. So Van Zandt, Give Lively, who is in the same building as part of at this address, and MLM Partners. Okay, so MLM Partners is at this 888 7th Avenue in New York City. Liz Plank, Maximum Effort, Van Zandt, and also Leslie Sloan PR is part of that. And I've got some new tea for you. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. I'm going to come back to this, but I'm going to show you. This is Heartbones Entertainment LLC. This is Colleen Hoover's entertainment production company that she just started. I'm going to tie this back to the MLM Partners, this thing in New York that everybody else is tied to, because initially the address that they're listed at is a California one. It's in Beverly Hills. Okay. But take note, who is the registered agent there? Allison Binder. Not the same address, but the same last name. I don't know. Is that a coincidence? Let's continue. Okay. So then let me redo it. So we have Liz Plank LLC, whose LLC address is the same as Maximum Effort. Then Van Zandt, Give Lively, and MLM Partners, who distanced herself from Baldoni just 2 days after the CRD dropped. Or how Maximum Effort, Reynolds' prize baby, also lists Binder as its agent, along with Give Lively, Blake's pet nonprofit that was a reaction to people calling her out on her racism. When I found Give Lively yesterday, because I just think no one uses the name Lively. That's just really weird when I found that whole thing. And we're going to do a separate video. And I was just like, it's registered to the same building, the same place, it's part of the same thing. And it's this big nonprofit charity website. But I did not have any ties to Blake Lively that I could find directly. Well, I did some more sleuthing and we're going to cover that. But this person is saying that it was her pet project that she started because of her racism. And I think that's going to her plantation wedding. We know about how she donated this money after years after she and Ryan donated this money to the NAACP years after getting so much backlash about their plantation wedding. Then finally they decided to drop some money and do the whole PR thing to act like they care about civil rights or Black people or other people than themselves. But then, we know that backfired because it doesn't make any sense that Time Magazine will list you as a civil rights titan because 6 years ago you donated some money. But what's even weirder is, or I guess more weird, is that why wouldn't you mention this nonprofit if you want to show how she's giving back? That would make more sense. So again, if this is her nonprofit, why didn't they bring it up? And why haven't we heard anything about it? Something's not right. But again, we're going to bring that up later. But here's the real kicker. On legal business documents, Ryan is listed as care of ML Management Partner. So I always say MLM because I just put it as MLM. I think I'll just start calling it that. Care of ML Management Partners. Except when you actually search if he's associated with MLM, Google says no. I can't find anything, any association, no corporate listing, no team bio, crickets. It's a public-facing firm with a private-facing employee list. So it's a public-facing firm with a private-facing employee list. And suddenly, Binder is a partner with no website profile, and it's tucked into a company where even the staff have private LinkedIns with names hidden and profiles that can't be opened. I came across that as well as I tried to search everyone else out with this company. And you cannot click any of their links. You can't find any information about any of these people. For an entertainment firm supposedly managing A-list stars, the opacity is giving less Hollywood and more shadow ops. because when the lawsuits land, the subpoenas hit, the CRD receipts start setting off alarms, and the New York Times article's hit piece is folding faster than a house of cards built on anonymous sources. You don't hire a manager, you deploy a shield. Visibility, that's for amateurs. Real power hides in LLCs and care of lines. And nobody buries better than Eric Binder. He didn't just manage wealth, he managed where the light didn't touch. But the spotlight's here now. You know you love me, XOXO Gossip Girl. And these are the links that she's referring to. And I've shown you some of that. I didn't even realize my link was here because I linked together all these different people in my video yesterday. That's crazy. But I want to take you back to really quickly, and I'm probably going to do a deep dive on this in a separate video. I want to show you Heartsbone Entertainment and going back to Allison Binder. We know Eric Binder lives in LA, okay? Even though he's with ML Partners now that's in New York, well, he still lives in LA. Even on his bio, it says that, where he just magically appeared with ML Management. But going back years, he was listed as an agent with ML Management or that same address. But now he's just joined them again. Weird. But Allison Binder. So I did a search to find Allison, and this is Allison, and she is a partner of Goodman, Janot, Schneckman, and Smelkinson and Christopher LLP. So there's a transactional entertainment law firm in Beverly Hills, which specializes in representing actors, writers, directors, personalities, producers, authors, and production entities in all aspects of the entertainment industry. In addition to her representation of individual and corporate clients, her practice also includes the representation of international creators, broadcasters, and distributors in the sale of foreign television formats in the United States and abroad. Okay. And then she went to Cornell and Stanford. Now, when I try to put in Allison Binder and Eric Binder, I can't find anything. But I just find it very suspicious that Allison Binder, the last name Binder, is the person who is the representative of Colleen Hoover's production company that was just started in January of 2023. All right. And so she's using someone with the name Binder. And then we have with Vision PR, which is Leslie Sloan. They don't have Eric Binder's name on here, but she's with ML Management at 7th Avenue, 4th floor. Then we have Liz Plank Productions, which is the original company. She has two different Liz Plank Productions. So this one was started in July of 2017, but it is the same address once again. Okay, the 888 7th Avenue, 4th floor. Now, her current one, or the one she just started, November 22nd, 2024. So a month before the CRD complaint and the New York Times article, she starts another production company with the same people, but now Eric Binder, who is also the agent or the agent of record for Van Zandt Inc., which is the whole sham lawsuit thing. So something about this, it's very clandestine. I agree. It's very bizarre how all of this is coming together. And then with the name of Allison Binder in LA, and with that law firm, and then Eric Binder. And we've suspected that Colleen Hoover was working in cahoots with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively far before any of the lawsuits, the articles, and all those other things. But it's going back in January and has to go back to even 2022, where Colleen decided to start this production company and just so happens to use this Binder. To me, that's reading like she was working with Blake and Ryan before that time. And so I guess so it wouldn't be the same agent. I don't know. I don't know. This is just speculation, but I'm just trying to figure out how to tie these pieces together. So hopefully you guys can understand this video, understand where we're going. Again, I'm just sharing tea. We haven't tied up any loose ends, but we do now have we have, just to recap, we have Van Zandt, the sham lawsuit company, the company that did the fake lawsuit and we believe did the subpoena. We have Vision PR, who is Leslie Sloan's company. That's her. That's our Blake and Ryan's PR agent. We have both of Liz. We have both of Liz Plank's companies that are under this same management, and then we also have. There was one more. Am I missing one more? Maximum Effort. So we have Maximum Effort, who also is with the ML management, and they're all tied to in some way to Eric Binder, and then Colleen Hoover is tied to Allison Binder. So make of that as you will. Again, we're trying to connect these dots in real time as this information comes out or as I'm researching it, because you guys may know things that I don't know, or maybe another content creator has spoken about something that will help tie up a loose end that we're all missing. But with that, make sure you leave a comment. Like I said, help me out, and I will see you guys on the next one.